Your Volkswagen isn't dying from bad engineering. It's dying from you, from small everyday habits you don't even know are doing damage. German engineers built these machines to outlast the road itself, but the mechanics who tear these engines apart keep seeing the same preventable destruction over and over, and chances are, you're guilty of at least a few of these right now. So here are the 7 things VW engineers are begging you to stop. They cost nothing to fix, but they could save you thousands. Stick around to the end, because one of these is a silent killer, and you'd never guess which one. Mistake number 7, letting your engine idle to warm it up. You walk out on a cold morning, start the car, and let it sit and idle for 5-10 minutes before you drive off. Feels responsible, right? You're being gentle on the engine. Here's the problem. You're doing the exact opposite. Modern VW engines, especially the direct injection TSI and TDI motors, warm up far faster under light load than sitting still. When the engine idles cold, it runs rich, dumping extra fuel that washes down the cylinder walls and thins out the oil film protecting them. On top of that, all that unburnt fuel feeds the carbon buildup these direct injection engines are already infamous for, coating your intake valves in gunk that chokes performance and eventually costs hundreds to clean. VW engineers designed these cars to be started and driven away gently within about 30 seconds. The fastest, safest way to warm one up isn't the driveway, it's the road, kept under 2,500 revolutions per minute until the temperature needle lifts. So that considerate warm-up ritual, it's quietly building the very deposits the engineers fought to prevent. Mistake number 6, shutting the engine off the second you park. This one feels like nothing. You pull into the driveway after a hard run down the highway, twist the key or hit the button, and walk away. Totally normal. And on a turbocharged VW, it's one of the most damaging habits there is. Here's what's happening under that hood. Your TSI or TDI turbo spins at speeds most people can't even picture, well over 100,000 RPM, and it runs blistering hot, especially after sustained highway driving or any spirited acceleration. That turbo relies on a constant flow of oil to both lubricate and cool its center bearing. The moment you kill the engine, that oil flow stops dead, but the turbo is still scorching hot, so the oil sitting inside it doesn't drain or circulate, it just bakes. Over time, it carbonizes into a hard, gritty sludge that mechanics call coking. That baked-on residue clogs the tiny oil passages feeding the turbo, starves the bearing, and slowly chews it to death. And a replacement turbo on a VW isn't a small bill. You're looking at well over $1,000. Sometimes far more, for damage that costs nothing to avoid. The fix is almost insultingly simple. After hard or highway driving, let the engine idle for just 30 seconds to a minute before shutting it off. That brief window lets the oil keep flowing, pulls the heat out of the turbo, and lets it spin down gently instead of seizing up hot. VW engineers even built cooling systems to help with this, but they were never designed to survive an owner who switches off the instant the wheels stop turning. Mistake number 5, stretching out your oil changes or using the wrong oil. This is the one that quietly ends more VW engines than almost anything else on this list, and most owners have no idea they're even doing it wrong. Volkswagen recommends long service intervals, and dealers love to advertise them, sometimes 10,000 miles or more between oil changes. On paper, convenient. In the real world, brutal on the engine. These TSI and TDI motors run hot, run under boost, and are notoriously hard on their oil. Push that oil too far and it breaks down, loses its protective film, and turns into a thin, sludgy mess that can't shield the timing chain, the turbo, or the bearings. On the TSI engines especially, worn-out oil is directly tied to one of VW's most feared problems, the timing chain tensioner failing and the chain jumping, which can destroy the entire engine in a single second. Then there's the oil itself. VW engines aren't built for whatever generic bottle is on sale at the gas station. They demand a specific approved specification, the VW 502-504 or 507 standard, depending on your engine, and pouring in the wrong oil starves these tight tolerance motors of the exact protection they were engineered around. The fix costs you almost nothing but a little discipline. Change the oil closer to every 5 to 7,000 miles, and only ever use oil that carries the correct VW approval printed right on the bottle. Do that, and these engines will run clean for hundreds of thousands of miles. Ignore it, and you're slowly grinding away the heart of the car, one extended mile at a time. Mistake number 4, abusing your DSG transmission. If your VW has the DSG automatic, that lightning-fast dual-clutch gearbox VW is famous for, this one is for you. Because the DSG is a brilliant piece of engineering, but it's also one of the most misunderstood, and the way most people drive it is slowly tearing it apart. Here's the thing, owners don't understand. A DSG is not a normal automatic. Inside, it's essentially 2 manual transmissions sharing one housing, with clutches that physically grip and release, not the smooth fluid coupling of an old-school auto. And those clutches hate the habits people bring over from regular automatics. The biggest offender is holding the car still on a hill using the throttle instead of the brake. You're on an incline. You feed in just enough gas to hover in place, and you feel clever for it. But what's actually happening is the clutch is slipping against itself, grinding and overheating, burning away its life in a way it was never designed to handle. Do that at every sloped intersection, and you're cooking the most expensive component in the gearbox. Same goes for creeping forward inch by inch in stop-and-go traffic, riding that clutch engagement point for minutes at a time. Then there's the fluid. The DSG runs in a special oil bath that needs changing, usually around every 40,000 miles, and skipping it is one of the fastest ways to kill the unit. That fluid carries away heat and metal wear. Let it degrade and the clutches and mechatronic units start to fail. And a DSG rebuild or replacement is genuinely one of the scariest repair bills a VW owner can face, easily climbing into the thousands. The fix is just awareness. On hills, hold the car with the brake, not the throttle. Let the clutch rest. In traffic, let it creep on its own, or move in deliberate steps instead of feathering it. And never ever skip that transmission fluid service. Treat the DSG like the precision instrument it is, and it'll reward you. Treat it like a lazy automatic, and it'll quietly self-destruct while you're not looking. Mistake number 3, constantly running the tank near empty. This is the one almost nobody sees coming because it has nothing to do with how you drive and everything to do with a habit you probably think is harmless. You let the fuel gauge drop down to the last bar. Maybe drive on the warning light for a few miles, then finally splash in just enough to get by. Repeat that week after week, and you're quietly damaging a part most owners never even think about: the fuel pump. Here's what people don't realize. In your VW, the fuel pump sits inside the tank, and it's bathed in fuel for a reason. That surrounding fuel is what cools it and lubricates it while it works. When you run the tank low all the time, you expose the pump to air, it runs hotter, and it wears out far faster than it ever should. On the TSI, and especially the TDI diesels, the high-pressure fuel system is even less forgiving of this. There's a second problem too. Over the years, tiny bits of sediment, debris, and moisture settle to the bottom of the tank. Keep the level high, and that gunk stays harmlessly below the pickup. Keep running it near empty, and you're sucking that junk straight into the pump and the fine fuel filter, clogging the system the engineers worked hard to keep clean. The fix is effortless. Try to refill once you hit about a quarter tank instead of riding it to fumes. It costs you nothing. It keeps the pump cool and the system clean, and it spares you a fuel pump replacement that VW will happily charge you several $100s for. A small change in habit, a big difference in the life of the car. Mistake number 2, lugging the engine in too high a gear. We're getting to the serious stuff now. And this is a habit people genuinely believe is good for their car. You short shift to save fuel. You cruise around town in a high gear at low RPM, engine barely ticking over, because it feels smooth and economical. On an old engine, fine. On a modern turbocharged VW, you're playing with one of the most destructive forces these engines face. The technical name is low-speed pre-ignition, or LSPI, and it's a nightmare that direct injection turbo engines like the TSI are especially prone to. Here's the simple version. When you ask a turbo engine for power at very low RPM, say you're lugging along at 1,200 RPM in a high gear, and then press the throttle to climb a hill, the cylinder is under heavy load, but barely spinning. Under those conditions, the fuel-air mixture can ignite at the wrong moment, before the spark plug even fires. That's an uncontrolled explosion slamming against a piston that's in the wrong position to absorb it. An LSPI doesn't gently wear things out. It hits like a hammer. A single severe event can crack a piston, snap a connecting rod, or punch a hole straight through the engine, turning a perfectly healthy motor into scrap in a fraction of a second. This isn't slow damage you can catch later. It's catastrophic and it's instant. The fix is to stop being so gentle in the wrong way. Let the engine breathe. Keep it in a gear where the revs sit comfortably, generally above 1,800 to 2,000 revolutions per minute, before you ask it for any real power. If you need to accelerate and the engine feels strained or starts to shudder, drop a gear. That low RPM efficiency you're chasing saves you pennies in fuel and risks thousands in a destroyed engine. VW's engineers built these motors to rev. Let them. Mistake number 1, ignoring the cooling system until it's too late. And here it is. The silent killer, the one I warned you about at the very start, the habit you'd never suspect because it gives almost no warning before it destroys your engine completely. Number 1 is neglecting your VW's cooling system. Here's why this is the deadliest one on the list. Volkswagen, like a lot of modern manufacturers, builds parts of its cooling system. The water pump impeller, certain housings, the thermostat assembly out of plastic and composite materials. They're light, they're efficient, and they are absolutely notorious for failing as the car ages. A plastic water pump impeller can crack or spin loose. A thermostat housing can develop a slow weep. A coolant pipe can go brittle, and none of it announces itself with a dramatic noise or a flashing dashboard. That's what makes it so dangerous. The temperature climbs quietly. By the time that gauge finally swings into the red or a warning light appears, the damage is often already happening. And overheating is the one thing these engines genuinely cannot survive. Just a few minutes too hot and you can warp the cylinder head, blow the head gasket, or crack the block outright. That's not a few $100s. That's the engine. That's the kind of repair bill that totals the car. And here's the cruel part. Almost every one of these failures was preventable. A cracked, low, or dirty coolant reservoir, a faint sweet smell, a small puddle under the car you kept meaning to look at. The early signs are always there. They're just quiet, and they're easy to ignore until the morning the temperature needle finally betrays you. So this is the habit to break above all the others. Actually look at your coolant level. Notice if it keeps dropping. Take rising temperatures and small leaks seriously the day you spot them, not the week after. On a VW, treat the cooling system as preventive maintenance. Not a wait and see. Replace that aging plastic water pump and thermostat before they fail, not after, because every other mistake on this list shortens your engine's life. This one can end it in an afternoon. And that's the list. The 7 things VW engineers genuinely wish you'd stop doing. Here's the good news. Not a single one of these costs real money to fix. They're all just habits. Break them, and that German engineering will do exactly what it was built to do. Carry you for hundreds of thousands of miles without complaint. So do me a favor, go check your coolant level today. Let the turbo cool down tonight. And next time you start the car on a cold morning, just drive it gently instead of letting it sit. Your VW and your wallet will thank you. If this saved you even one expensive trip to the mechanic, hit that like button and subscribe, because the next video could save you thousands more. I'll see you in the next one.